Alrighty then. So, I don't really know what to say too much about this game, because like I I don't really know a whole lot about it. I know it's from the makers of Dark Souls, and I would assume that it's relatively similar in most regards. This is going to be a blind playthrough, but at least I want to say the first, I don't know, like the tutorial area right before the big guy, the first big guy that you fight, the first dude with 2 health bars. I I recorded all of that and then kind of lost the footage. Like it was just choppy and awful for whatever reason. So we're gonna try again. So I know what happens up until there. Apart from that, yes, this is gonna be a blind playthrough. I guess let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Apart from that, though, so just start a new game. And I'm pretty much just gonna speedrun all the shit that I know. I'll be quiet for all the cutscenes, though.
In the closing years of the Sengoku era, Japan was consumed by perpetual conflict. The fires of war raged on, spreading deep into the mountains, to the land of Ashina.
Is the war finally over?
Staged a bloody coup and wrested control of the land.
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose? Well, would you look at that? Fascinating. Will you join me, starving wolf?
On that day, a young cub was taken from the battlefield. He trained relentlessly, and indeed, went on to become a master shinobi.
Listen, Wolf. You must never forget the shinobi code. As your father, my word is absolute. Your master's is a close second. As of today, he is your master. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. You understand me, don't you, Wolf?
Some 20 years after Ishin's coup, the Ashina clan was on the brink of collapse. And the shinobi, known as Wolf, had lost everything. Both the man who took him in and the boy he had sworn to protect.
Shinobi, open your eyes. For the sake of your master.
Wow. He has really long arms. Okay. Thank you, tutorial screen. I just need to fix one thing real quick. And we set up a mute so that, like, I can just mute my microphone while the cutscenes are going. That way you guys don't have to listen to the background noise, whatever. I had it set up before, but I had to. The reason why I lost all my footage was because, like, Streamlabs just, I don't know, it just died randomly, and so I just had to switch back to regular OBS. And so I lost all my scenes, I lost all my hotkeys. I pretty much had to start from scratch. So hopefully everything looks good, because this is definitely different. It's not quite as streamlined as the Streamlabs OBS, but it's much less resource intensive. So, like, I've noticed that my CPU utilization and my GPU utilization are a little lower when I'm streaming, when I'm, you know, recording, and you didn't see anything.
At the bottom of the well. We didn't shackle him, restrain him, nothing. That doesn't worry anybody?
Not at all. Not only is he unarmed, he has completely lost his will to live. Nothing but a coward. Unworthy of our concern.
Interesting. Okay, so like I said, I have seen all of this, so I am pretty much just going to run through it quickly. And I'm sure that everybody has seen the first, like, 15 minutes or so of this game, at least.
Probably, but imprisoning
So, I don't know. I'm not super worried about it.
Agreed. But I'm sure Lord Genichiro has his reasons.
Yep, he sure does. Alrighty, alrighty. Now, the real question is, can I remember how to get through here? So, we can eavesdrop on this dude.
You check that it's locked, right? It's certainly locked, but nobody fixed that hole in the wall. That? Don't worry.
You know, it's a real good thing that there's subtitles.
No one could
Because I would not be able to hear these guys. And I have pretty good hearing, too, so... So, like I said, I did kind of already play through this part. So, my opinions on the game thus far, I really like it. I was a big fan of the Souls series. I didn't quite finish it's Dark Souls 2. And I was playing Dark Souls 1 with a buddy of mine, and we got, you know, pretty much all the way through that. And we played it 1,000 times. So, and then Dark Souls 3, I've beaten that game more times than I even remember. I have, I think, at least 10 different characters. You know, so this is definitely not my first, like, Soulsborne-esque game. You know. So there's that. I'm definitely not the best at any of these, but I can hold my own.
You did well to come here. It's been too long, Wolf.
I've come to free you, my lord.
Well then. Raise your head. Kusabimaru, your sword. My shinobi. In accordance with the bond of Lord and Retainer, you will pledge your life in my service.
As you command.
Okay, so disclaimer. I am not huge on reading these. I don't know, Dark Souls didn't really have like a whole lot of in-your-face storylines, so I guess it just kind of conditioned me to not really care. But I will leave it up here, so like if anybody wants to pause and read it, then you're more than welcome to do so, obviously. Occasionally, like when I feel the gumption, I'll probably read them out loud. Like for this one, for example, I really like the storyline behind this, so I'll read it. Why not? A katana given by Kuro, the divine heir, an heirloom to the Hirata family, a cadet branch descended from Ashina. Once thought lost, it has found its way back into the hands of the wolf. The name Kusabimaru beseeches. A shinobi's role is to kill, but even a shinobi must not forget mercy. A mantra the blade itself may manifest. Pretty cool. We get our sword. We can kick some ass now. Cut some grass, kick some ass. Let's go.
Loyal wolf, I see you are wounded. I have something that may help. It is a special gourd of medicinal waters. Use it to heal your wounds.
And that's just the Estus flask.
Now then, were you gravely injured? Afterward?
After what?
Do you not remember that night?
I do not.
No. We'll talk about it later. Right now, we must escape Ashina Castle.
As you say.
There's a secret passage beneath the moat bridge that will take us out of the castle. Lord Ishin told me about it once. I ask you to find that secret passage. Once you find it, signal me with a reed whistle. You know, like you used to long ago. I will join you as soon as I hear it.
Just tutorial stuff.
Wolf, do not push yourself.
Oh yeah, I gotta heal myself. Yeah. I think there's an item upstairs as well. Like I said, I played through this first little bit here. So, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't know anything about it. And hopefully you can't hear the motorcycles outside, because it's a beautiful day outside and everybody has to be loud outside my house. If it becomes an issue, I might just have to, like, move my setup. But for the time being, I'm sure that it'll be fine. Like, most of the time it's not that loud. Yep, deflection. A mechanic that I will never land properly, except for this one time. I said except for this one time. I don't want to talk about it. Well, that makes one. It's almost a tradition to die on the fucking tutorial. There you go, that's one. Everybody gets one. It's almost better to die here, because then you end up with full HP. And you're gonna die to the big guy at least once, you know, in your first try anyways. Oof. I'm bad at this. Okay. Not so bad. Yeah, these first few guys are really easy. The difficulty ramps up pretty quickly, though. Like, it goes from these guys that die in, like, 2 hits to fucking the dude up there that's got 2 health bars and you have to get him with deflects and death blows and stuff. The parry window is much more forgiving in this game. I just remember Dark Souls, like, you legitimately had a millisecond to land your parry, and if you were off at all, then you just didn't get it. Like, this guy's pretty tough. Probably gonna die to this guy. Ow. Yeah, let's pretend that this isn't ridiculous. Well. Ooh, I haven't seen that one before. Bad. I'm pretty sure that you can parry these guys. For whatever reason, I cannot get the timing proper. Like, I just can't do it. And we traded there because I knew that I could kill him before he killed me. So, again, it's an HP game. Like, if you can tank the shot, you might as well, especially if you're gonna win the fight because of it. Fistful of ash. Throw that in people's faces. I do want to explore over here before I go on, because this is pretty much where I came from. And these guards were talking shit. Yep. Talk shit, get hit! There should be one more. Unless he moved. Not over there. Okay. Well, I don't see him. It bothers me that there's not a checkpoint in here.
There's a secret passage. Find this when I'll come as...
Because, like, I don't want to have to die to reset my HP. I don't think the big dude respawns either, so you'd think that there would be. I am playing this with a controller because anybody that plays Dark Souls games with KBM is just a glutton for punishment, and I'm not one of them. I don't understand it personally. It's just like it's very clearly optimized for controller. As much as that sucks, as much as it sucks, but it's just the way that these games are really made. Unfortunately, like it's to the point in Sekiro where, like, if you play with KBM, you still get the Xbox buttons for your action buttons. Like, see how it says, you know, ledge grab and stuff like that, or B to drop down. It would still say B to drop down if you're using KBM, which, you know, design flaw.
Passage at the bottom of the moat, under the bridge. We just got orders to guard it. Security's getting tight. War will be upon us very soon.
This is hilarious to me. Because there's literally a grumpy old troll living under the bridge. Look at that ace. So, as far as like controls and whatnot in this game, it feels much tighter than any of the Dark Souls games really ever did, in my opinion. Like, sometimes and I know I'm going to catch some flack for this, but I kind of felt like Dark Souls had this thing where it would supplement difficulty with poor design. And it just, I don't know. Like, the control schemes in Dark Souls definitely could have been better. Or not the control scheme. The control scheme was fine. The, like, the animations for certain things and hitboxes sometimes, and I don't know. It just punished you more for things that I feel like a game shouldn't really punish you for. Because it is a game. I know that it's supposed to be difficult, but like, sometimes it was more than just, I want to let this guy hit me, actually, to see, because I'm pretty sure that these are like the paralysis lizards. No? Does he even hit you? Oh, yes. Yes, he does. Okay. Alright. I guess that's all there is to it. Alright. Ooh! I always forget that the fall damage isn't really a huge component in this game. I don't remember how to get up. I think it's just this way. Oh, another thing that I really like about this game, the trees, which are something that would, you know, be extremely difficult to stay on a lot of times. You just can't fall off of them unless you jump. It's a quality of life thing, and I really appreciate it. Because, like, when you've got a surface like that that's just a precarious, you know, spot to stand, controller does not really translate into, you know, character movement as well as it potentially could. Like, if it were me and I was standing on that, it's not very likely that I would fall off. But using a controller, on the other hand, sometimes it can be a little difficult to, you know, to make manifest the moves that you want to see. I know that this is a checkpoint, but for whatever reason you can't activate it yet.
Wolf, you found it. Now let us leave this place.
Yes, my lord.